Okay.
3, 2, 1.
All right. I'll just blast into it.
All right.
Hello. Welcome back to Tea and Toasties. What was that?
What the fuck? You just fucking launched into it.
I was going to just blast off into it.
You just surprised me.
You jumped out of your skin.
I know.
I thought you were jarred by the way I said that or something.
No, it was really good.
God. Okay.
Rewind.
Okay, here we go. Hello, welcome back to Tea and Toasties. I'm one of your hosts, Sabrina.
And I'm Rich. I'm the other one.
And welcome to episode 15.
Oh, is it 15? I'm losing count.
We're getting up there.
We are.
Yeah.
What you got?
What I got?
Yeah, how's your
I got nothing.
prep? Nothing?
It's been me just here alone, basically.
Home alone.
Not much going on.
I know. Aaron's on tour.
Yeah.
Aaron's getting out and doing rock and roll stuff.
Yeah. I'm just here. I mean, keeping very busy, probably why I don't have anything, because I have no time with just my brain.
Right.
Really.
Right. Okay.
How I like it.
Yeah. Keep that brain busy. Monkey brain, right?
Seriously, yeah.
Yeah.
No.
Don't give it any time to say things.
Scary.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So what you been doing?
Just going out, hanging with the gals.
Nice.
Lots of girly time,
Girl gossip.
which I love.
Yep.
Oh, yeah. That's natural, right?
It does. It just comes natural.
Mm-hmm. So, yeah, lots of that. It was my brother's birthday the past weekend. So then that was birthday things.
Birthday things.
All weekend,
Yeah.
too. So, yeah, keeping busy and then just hanging out with my main girl, Gertie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I bet she's
fun.
been loving that.
Oh, yeah, for sure. She's been doing a new thing where she's making biscuits with all 4 legs.
How does that look?
Imagine just biscuits and then, the back
4
ones,
things going
back
at
ones
once.
are going too.
You should just throw some dough under there and get her to work.
Seriously, she needs to pull her weight around here.
Right.
But we haven't seen each other in, God, I don't even know when.
Yeah, it feels longer than it is. I think it's only, it's like coming on
Long
a week.
weekend.
Yeah, Jonette and I went away for a long weekend.
Thursday
we left. I saw you briefly Thursday at work.
Yeah.
And then we just kind of left you to it.
Yeah.
By the way, thank you very much for, handling
Who else is going to do it?
all the things. Getting all that alphabet art photos, artwork out to all the people.
Mm-hmm.
You know?
Me and Bella just
Yes.
working away.
Yeah. Did you get into any of those beers I left you?
I did, yep.
Well
I had
done.
one.
One. Little reward.
Yeah.
Was that for
nice.
breakfast or?
No.
No.
That
Not on
was
your cornflakes?
No. That was porch. Porch time.
Porch time.
I was like, Bella's probably thinking like, what the hell? Like, I'm drinking on the job, and like on the day that you're not there, she's probably thinking like, is she okay? Like I'm sneaking drinks or something.
Yeah,
I was like gonna tell her like, Rich told me that I can, but then I was like, that feels even weirder to do.
Right.
But I was like, I know she's probably just judging. Like I would too. I'd be like, is this gonna have a problem?
What's going on? Did she see?
I think so, yeah. And she doesn't even drink normally. So she's probably like, God, these people are alcoholics.
Yeah. What time was that?
I mean, it was like 4:30.
Oh, that's allowed.
That's allowed.
Yes.
It's right there.
Yeah.
Near.
Definitely. That's beer time.
Yeah, I need to take the edge off for the drive home.
Exactly.
So.
Yeah. So yeah, it's been about I guess a week.
Nearly a week. Tomorrow will be a week.
Yeah.
But yeah, you were at yet another beach vacation. If y'all can believe it.
Oh, it's 2 this year already.
That's crazy already. It's just spring.
Well, you're looking at me like, how can you do this?
Well, no, I'm just jealous.
All right.
I need a beach vacation.
I
Not
know.
now, though. I need it to be hot.
Well, it wasn't.
Yeah.
If that makes you feel any better.
Yeah. Exactly.
It was windswept.
Oh, yeah. You sent me a photo of
Yeah.
like just getting absolutely pelted by sand.
Did
or
you
something.
see that? It's like a
I did see
sandstorm.
that. Yeah. Isn't that song, Sandstorm? Yeah.
Well, that was us. We were battling through the wind, and then you know what it's like. You're on the beach. You want the nice beach conditions. At least, for shark's teething. That's our primary mission.
Yeah, I haven't heard a peep about a shark's teeth.
No.
Imagine that.
Very slim pickings. The slimmest of pickings. It was. I mean, if JB, they weren't there basically. If JB only came up with like 5 or 6, they weren't there.
Yeah. I
didn't even bother.
Yeah.
Because I just knew if she's not getting them, I'm definitely not getting them.
Yeah, for sure.
She had biddy ones. So I just focused on chill time.
Chilling.
Couldn't get in the water either.
No?
Because, well, it's freezing, yes. But the beach was littered with jellies.
Oh, shit.
And they freak me out.
Oh, yeah.
I don't like a jelly.
Why would, yeah.
Yeah.
No.
They were everywhere.
Yeah.
And some of them were about this big. What's that? About as big as an apple.
An apple, yeah.
And then others were about this. Yes. I looked them up, say what these fellas are all about. And they were they're called cannonball.
What? They look like cannonballs?
Uh-huh. Cannonball jellyfish.
Oh.
Yeah. Also, AKA cabbage head.
Okay.
Yeah.
I can see that too.
Yeah.
Do they, I guess they sting, all jellies sting?
These are stingers. They Google. They secrete some mucus.
Okay. Ew.
And that is how they'll kill, crabbies and little fish and stuff like that. They got 16 arms. 16
arms?
Very army.
Ew.
Yes.
Not a single leg, just 16.
They don't need it. They got all these arms.
Ew, it's so gross.
Yeah. But they're kind of, cannonball top, roundish.
Right.
And then underneath they've got this like bit that hangs down.
The jelly.
The jelly, like a prolapsed asshole.
Whoa.
That's what I'm imagining.
I mean, I've never seen one.
Me neither.
I'll take your word for it.
I don't know where that came from. But
that's hilarious. Yeah. I get what you're saying, round, and then it's like a little, just like, it's not quite like in the movies or the cartoon with like the stringy, those jellies. No. But it's like just a little bit of a
little hang down.
Yeah, a little.
Yeah,
Yeah. I've seen those before, I'm pretty sure.
Tentacles.
None
of those.
But technically, I think those might be like the tentacles.
What, the hangy down bits?
Stubby.
Well, they are stubby.
Yeah.
They're tentacles.
Is that the 16 arms?
No, they're different, I believe.
God, they're probably so small too.
Housekeeping. All right, we'll have to go back in. They are gross.
What is that? There's got to be a phobia for many arms, many legs things, because like a centipede. That alone will freak me the fuck out. Or like those little any bug that has like all those little legs, like 6, which is what an insect has, right? Or I guess more than a spider, which is 8.
Right.
Arachnid, if you will. I hate it. It gives me the instant like heebie-jeebies more than another bug or spider does.
Because there's too much of this going on.
It's too many crawling weirds. I hate it.
So there's the cannonballs. Cannonball jellies. They're very see-through. I mean, I guess that helps in water to do their thing.
As jellies are.
Yeah, jelly wibbly-wobbly. But then I just imagine them stinging.
Yeah.
And imagine you're in the water and, you're doing your breaststroke or whatever, front crawl, whatever you've got going on. And then all of a sudden...
Oh, like Alien. You imagine it suck into your face.
Exactly.
Interesting.
That is what's going through my mind.
Yeah. Have you ever been stung by a jellyfish?
No, I don't know. Yes, but the biddy ones.
Okay.
That hunt in packs.
They hunt in packs.
Yeah.
Do jellyfish hunt?
I don't know. They are hunting me down.
I think I got stung once.
You did?
I'm pretty sure because it was very weird.
Huh.
Never had this.
What did it feel
sensation before. Just burny. And I was in the water. I'm not doing like swimming, but I'm out there just bobbing around.
Right. A good dip.
I feel like a little, something very faint on my arm. I'm thinking it's like my hair. I got long hair, just brushing whatever.
Brushing around.
And I pop up, and as soon as it hits the air,
I
was like, ooh. It's like, ouchie. And it was on like my bicep. And I just kept looking at it as the day went on. Red? And it went red, and it like wrapped around my arm. One of their little tentacle things must have just like just gone by, and it just like because it was a red ring, like 2 lines around my arm.
Had to be.
And I think it was. It didn't, last very long, the pain. It must have just been very small.
Quick sting and off.
Yeah.
Are you supposed to piss on that?
That's what I've heard, yeah.
That like alleviates the sting.
Didn't hurt that bad. I was like, no one.
Yeah, no. Oh.
Yeah. Ever seen Surf's Up?
No.
No, I know you haven't. It's such a good movie.
Is it animated?
Yeah.
That's why I haven't.
He's a penguin and he wants to be a surfer. It's a hilarious movie. One of mine, Alex's favorites growing up. But there's a scene where he steps on a spiky thing.
Like an
sea
urchin? Yeah.
And he gets stung and he's like freaking out and he's like, ah. And then
I'm surprised.
Other penguin pees on it. And then
penguin pee.
They interview the sea urchin. And he's like, stepped on me.
What'd you expect?
He was dancing on me. He's like, look at this. broken. And all his little spikes are like bent and broken. More. That's the line we always know. Because me and Alex are always like, stepped on me. Stepped on me. It's a great movie.
I think the only animated I've seen and love, I could watch it over and over. I've seen a couple. Right.
Just a couple?
Well, they're not my big go-to.
JB, me either.
JB loves them. Loves them. Up. Have you seen that one?
Yeah,
that's my fave.
Yeah, that one's played out.
What do you mean?
That's everyone's favorite.
Is it?
Oh, yeah.
I like the grumpy old dude in it.
Well, yeah.
He's so good.
They're all like, oh my God, it's so emotional.
Yeah.
It is sad.
That
one gets you right off the bat.
Yeah. I love that.
My favorite ones are like the DreamWorks, not Disney, not Pixar related, typically.
Okay.
Just because they have the same themes. They're good. Like Shrek is not Disney or Pixar, and I fucking love Shrek.
You love Shrek.
Yeah.
You love some Shrek.
Love Shrek. Love like Robots, that movie. I love Shark Tale, that movie. And all those I think are not. Anyway.
I don't know.
So all the other animated ones that aren't made by those biggins.
Yeah.
Yeah. Just because those, like, I know what I'm getting when I go into that. There's going to be some kind of
the usual trope,
overarching moral of the story, and someone's mom's gonna die or something.
Yeah.
Like Bambi.
Well, they know what sells.
They know the sad stuff.
Yeah.
There's a lot I still need to watch that I haven't seen.
Well, there's some.
Just not ready for it.
Oh, really? Well, there's some good new ones out that JB wants to watch. There is one with a cat in it. I think it won an Oscar.
Oh, yeah, but that's not Disney or Pixar.
No.
Yeah,
it's animated.
Stray. Alex watched that one, and he's been telling me to watch it.
Really? Okay.
Since before it won an Oscar. And then I was like, hey, your movie won an Oscar. It's like, it should have. He said it's the best movie he's ever seen.
What?
Well, that's movies. That's Movie Corner.
Yeah, that's movie news and Cannibal Jellyfish.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's where we came from. And so, that's where we ended up.
Avoided the water entirely, essentially.
Avoided the water. Oh, here's some other fun mentions from the trip.
Wait, before we get so into it.
Go.
Is there any housekeeping that you have from last week?
Hang on.
Oh, I cut that from last episode. I don't know if you noticed.
Fresh towels in there?
I don't know if I love this bit. I kind of hate it. It's borderline improv.
Oh, that's why I love it.
All right.
Hello.
And also, I hate housekeeping in real life.
I know. That's why you're being triggered.
It's always do not disturb. Yeah. Like, do not come in here at all.
You've probably got a hangover. You don't want anyone rattling on the door.
It's also like so early, and they just like keep knocking. I'm like, get the fuck out of here.
Yeah. Oh, I forgot to put my do not disturb.
Also, I'm here for 24 hours. I'm not using the 60 towels that you have in the bathroom in various shapes and sizes. Like, Jesus. Anyways.
I should just do clean. You know, if you're staying for a couple of nights, forget it. We'll come and get the towels. We'll come and get them. If we need them, we'll get them.
Yeah.
Just clean the room after we've left.
Yeah. You know? I just hate it.
Would you?
What? No, go.
You go.
I was going to say anyways, move on, but you had something.
Some housekeeping. We have some, right?
I don't.
Oh, well, I listened to the app on our drive home.
Yeah.
So, before I even get there, just a little peek behind the curtain. Usually when Sabrina does the edit, she'll send it over to me.
Right.
On like a Sunday at some point.
Yeah.
And then I will listen. This is kind of like, seeing how the sausage is made.
Yeah.
And I'll have a listen to it, and she says, just check this out. Make sure there's nothing in there that you want edited out specifically.
Any cuts.
Cuts.
Yeah,
because
I have the luxury of cutting what I want of myself.
Of yourself. Yeah, this week was different because we were away and whatnot. And I don't know, particularly can't remember the reason exactly, but it didn't pan out. We didn't do the normals.
Yeah, it was just like no time really.
Right, push for time. You wanted to get out Monday.
Yeah,
Monday.
No time. And I knew, I didn't want to be like, okay, now pause everything you're doing and listen to this for an hour and a half.
Appreciate that.
Know? And I mean, 14 episodes running, you've not had one single edit.
That's it.
So I was
at this
like,
point,
I think probably it's good to go.
Yeah.
I mean, I still keep sending, just
up to you.
Because you never know. It might be.
Plus then we'll also say, we'll have a listen at that and listen out for what you think a good title might be.
Exactly.
And if there's anything else that jumps out for the Instagram context pics and whatnot. Yeah. So we usually do that back and forth. So we didn't. So the first time I got to listen to the last episode was with everybody else.
Right along with everyone else.
Fresh.
Live on Spotify.
Yeah, it's live. So I listened to it on the way home and loved it.
Yeah.
I'm a fan.
You'll listen to the mock-up, the rough draft.
Yeah, the rough draft.
Before it gets mastered and intro song added, all that stuff. And then you'll listen to it again. Just the next day.
Immediately when it drops.
Nothing's changed, just the song's been added. But you'll listen to the entire thing once again.
Yeah.
Which is so funny.
Yeah. I'm ready. I'm ready for those. I get a notification.
Which is good. I need you to do that too, because once I finish the edit, it's gone from the brain pretty much, because I'm not listening to it from start to finish. It's like so much pausing and editing throughout. And then when the edit's done, I don't go push play and listen. I just send it to you. And then you're like, sounds good. I'm like, all right, I'll take your word for it. Yeah. And then I post it.
Yeah.
And then only sometimes I'll go back and listen to an episode.
And you don't listen to them. I on the way home, on the drive home, I was like, well, I'm done with that one. Johnette was asleep. So I'm like, well, I'm going to go back and listen to, how did we sound in episode 1?
That's crazy.
I went back to episode 1.
My God.
And that little hiss is in the background.
I told you.
Yeah. I noticed.
Wait, don't point it out to them. There's nothing wrong with the first 3 episodes, guys.
No.
Hey, if that's the only thing that needed ironing out, I'll freaking take that.
Yeah. So it was good that I would just message you back and said, yeah, trust you, just do it. So I think at this point.
No, I'm still going to.
You going to?
You don't have to listen if you don't want, but I
probably will.
For me, because then I'll be like, if something comes out and you're like, oh, fuck.
Yeah, what are you
I'll
doing
be
with
like, hey, I sent it. You know what I mean?
Like prolapse asshole. Are you going to keep that in? Is that coming out?
My hands are clean, Like I sent it to you at least. Yeah. You chose not to listen. At least it's not my fault. You know what I mean? That kind of thing. I need to do my
disclaimer. So we jumped from there.
We're jumping.
We're jumping around. We're hopping about. Oh, housekeeping.
Yes.
Right. There was the Queen.
Oh, the birthdays.
And her double dipping on the birthdays, right?
Yes.
Queen, we got into that a little bit. I didn't know the reason. I had to look it up myself. It's just one of those things. She has had 2 birthdays. R.I.P. Little bit. That's what they called her, innit? Elizabeth.
I don't know what the fuck that is.
It's like a cute little name for Elizabeth.
Oh, like a little bit?
Maybe. Sounds like Elizabeth. God, you guys
are so weird. Once again, weird.
You lot are weird.
Weird.
With your stuff, your little names and rhymes.
So many little things. You guys are like cartoon characters over there, I swear.
Anyway, she has 2 birthdays.
Yeah.
She has her actual.
Her actual.
When she actually
was birthed
out of the birth canal. She launched out with her crown on her head.
Wow.
Well, maybe not. And then she has her official. Now,
which
it's the 2nd Saturday in June.
So not a day, just this Saturday in June situation.
That's the situation. Now, I was intrigued myself. I was like, well, hang on. I've written this down because I'm no good with remembering dates and whatnot. But it stems back to, where is he? Oh, yeah, King George II, all the way back to 1748. So this dude, you could probably relate to this because this dude had a November birthday.
Oh, so I can relate to him.
Yeah.
Okay.
You got something in common with this man.
Sure.
King George. Anyway, November birthday. And he says to himself, hang on, I want a big party. I want a big outdoor do. and the weather's shite. What do? I have a June birthday as well.
Wait, that's technically his half birthday.
Half birthday. Yeah,
exactly. 6 month
mark.
Yeah,
yeah, pretty much.
Because my half birthday's in June, I think, and my November birthday.
Yeah, it's like Christmas in July.
So I knew it was some kind of shit like that. Yes, some kind of king royalty shit where he's like, well, I want my birthday in the sun.
Yeah.
We're gonna hold off on the birthday doings until then.
Well, no, he has 2.
Well, yeah.
He has his indoor small low key.
Sure.
And then
his big blowout.
And then his big blowout.
His Bridgerton party.
He's invited in the kingdom.
Yeah.
The lords of the manor will show up.
Wow.
And they all do an outside gig.
Yeah, a little croquet.
Yeah, a little croquet on the lawn. You see that catching on? Do you want one of those? Do you want double?
No.
Double bubble?
No. I'll do like the week or the month.
Oh, just let it go.
Multiple little celebrations. But God, I can't imagine being like, you guys remember my birthday 6 months ago? Now we're doing a celebration for it today.
This is my official.
Like, remember that?
Yeah.
Just bring it back around. No, I couldn't do that.
Mm.
No, it would feel weird.
That is a bit weird.
If I was the king, sure.
Why not?
But then again, it's like, what's the point of even that? You can just have a party randomly anytime. Yeah, but you know what I mean?
The idea is because it was November and it was England, it's...
Yeah, but you said he still had a party.
He had his actual...
But why can't he just have the party indoors for his birthday and then just have a summer party? It doesn't have to be your birthday party in June. Well, it can just be like, I'm the king and I want to have a big fucking party, and why not?
Which he probably had another one the week before anyway.
Exactly.
Yeah,
so why not just have like a summer party?
Well, he just said, right, he's the king, so he can make up shit. We know how that goes.
Yeah. So he made that. So then that's how it started, and then that just became like officially like
exactly
royal birthday thing. Like I had thought.
Every monarch after that, it was just the thing. Every second Saturday in June, they would have their official birthday, because then they could invite. It would be more of an outdoor centered thing, right? All the commoners could come out and wave and go, "Oh, we love that queen, or we love that king."
The
commoners. Us lot.
Did you cry when the queen died?
No.
Did you know anyone that cried when the queen died?
I wasn't there. I could imagine some people that I know probably would have done.
Yeah.
It was a big thing.
I mean, yeah.
I mean, it's massive.
It's crazy.
Yeah. I mean, I am not a huge royalist. Not huge.
Yeah.
There's some people I know who bang into that stuff.
Yeah.
I probably as a kid used to be more so, but as I've got older, it's
just like fuck the man.
Yeah, it's more. I get it. The traditional thing and just an identity, and probably because I don't live there, I haven't lived there for quite some time now. I'm probably less invested. Than most.
Well, there's Americans who are obsessed with it.
Yeah.
But I think more in the just drama way. They know like the headlines and the drama of it all.
Oh, they love the drama.
And, the crown and all that stuff. But is it different over there? Way that people love it? It's more of a like actual like
big time
respect thing. Like, are there pictures of the queen in people's houses and stuff?
Yeah, definitely.
Oh my God.
You
like
can
Jesus.
have that. I think more so back in the day. Like I remember probably going into, grandparents' houses and things like that. You wouldn't probably have a picture of the Queen, or on TV shows, they would show a picture of the Queen in pubs for sure. Absolutely in pubs.
Interesting.
Yeah. You would have a picture of the Queen hanging up, or previous Queens. Right. Especially if you're going to the Queen Vic, EastEnders.
Okay.
Queen.
Sure.
I'm losing you.
We're getting in the weeds now.
Yeah. Let's get out of these weeds.
Huh. All right.
The Queen Victoria.
That's what I thought when you said that. I assumed.
Yeah.
Okay. So, anyways, that's the housekeeping. So the 2 birthdays. Is that the only one?
Yeah. I meant to look up the Japanese foldy stuff, but I didn't.
Oh, I know exactly what you're talking about. I think it does.
Okay.
Yeah, but also when I looked up, I forgot to add it to the Instagram, the like file folding. I looked that up
I
to see a picture.
Yeah, picture.
I forgot, but it's fine. Y'all can use context clues or Google it. And apparently that Marie Kondo woman has said she's claimed it. It's like her way of doing it. And I'm like, I've been doing that since I was like 7.
But did you claim it?
Well, no, but I'm like, you did not invent this, lady.
Well,
but either way, yeah, I don't think I have any because I mean, it was mostly just our shit.
It was our shit. Yeah.
Fact check our.
No. Loved that episode, by the way. One of our best. One of our best. Yeah, one of our best.
Top 14 best episodes.
Oh, easy.
Anyways, so that's housekeeping. So back to your vacation. I want to hear
the trip.
The trip.
Yeah.
So the jellies,
cannonballs. That was worth a mention.
Yeah.
Lack of shark's teeth. That was our primary.
Tragic
quest. So you were getting gels, jellyfish on the number of beach trips that we've had under our belts already.
Yeah, just the 2.
The 2 so far. There's another one booked next week, by the way.
What?
No, I'm kidding. But
that's crazy.
We're going to try and do shorter weekend breaks like this, like we've just done.
Yeah.
Rather than the long ass, 2-weeker. Mm-hmm. Who can do that these days?
The full ass.
Yeah. The double cheeker, 2-weeker.
Oh.
What?
Hang on.
I'm liking these callbacks to previous episode names. I challenge you to squeeze another one in.
Okay.
During just the normal dialogue.
I got to remember them.
Me too.
All right.
We've got a few under our belts. Okay. You've got to get another one in.
All right.
So, we're going to try and do these shorter weekend breaks, right?
Okay.
Because they're fun. You just dip in, you dip out.
I know.
But it's very...
Don't rub it in anymore. Jesus.
But it was a good reset for my brain. Because I've come back fully refreshed.
I need her. I need a read. Every weekend I need a little something.
So, South Carolina, that's where we headed. Again, Jonette's boss said, come on, mates rates, get in this little apartment, Airbnb.
Yeah.
It was our first trip. Well, no, I tell a lie. The first trip was, but it was very...
Hello?
I was cognizant. Hello. There was no Bella. Right.
Uh-huh.
And I was driving and then I was looking in the rearview mirror and I usually had to see little Bella's head pop up.
Was Bella in ash form?
I took Bella.
I knew it.
You knew I was going to do it.
So they're still on the come up. Yeah. Still haven't done that therapy quite yet.
Well,
no, just kidding.
That day you were in on work last, you were upstairs working away.
Thursday, yeah.
Doing your work. And I grabbed Bella's box and got a little baggie, very small. I thought, I'm only going to take a little bit of Bella. I got like the nose.
You separated her?
Yeah.
That scares me.
I know.
I would have just taken the whole thing.
I know. I didn't know what to do.
You'd probably drop some.
Some
in the air.
In the sink.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, we were tipping it in.
She's down there with the ants.
Oh, I know. The ants are loving that. Anyway, so I probably took just her a little nose amount.
Okay, yeah. Or like part of a nose, part of a foot, part of a...
Who knows?
Who knows?
Who knows it? It's all mingled.
Yeah, interesting. Okay.
So it's in the bag, small bag. Took it with me and I thought, this will be beautiful. I can release a bit of Bella onto the beach.
Should put some googly eyes on the bag.
And, because me and Bella used to do runs. We used to do like runs
she
up
was
and down
a young...
beach. No, she would do it.
Chipper little pup.
She could do it any age.
Okay.
Yeah. I'd have her on the leash.
I can imagine her running, really. I guess so. She had little zoomy moments.
She did, yeah. Wind, knocking
her
my
tongue.
headphones off. Yeah, flapping away. But we would do runs on the beach. She loved the beach. And if she wasn't running, she'd be on my lap and looking around.
Chilling.
Chilling. So I thought, I'll take that bag. But I didn't really... We got onto the beach most days, but it was super windy.
Right.
So conditions weren't perfect for ash release. Like, yeah, exactly.
Landing in someone's sandwich down the beach.
Yes.
Yeah, for sure.
So I didn't do it. I held on. I've brought Bella back. Bella came back. Yeah. This was fun. We went out our first, your beach, you want to get some fish food, right? You want to have a fish meal.
Oh, right. Yeah.
So we were there in a little restaurant. It was called Russell's.
Okay.
And then from the kitchen comes, someone shouts out, Sabrina.
Stop.
Sabrina, pick up.
Oh my God.
So we're like,
what? And I'm like, what's up, bitches?
You thought you left me home at work. There was a stowaway. A stowaway in the back. So we're there, we continue the food. Eating. And again, Sabrina, pick up.
I hate that.
I know. And all we're hearing is like this Sabrina
being shouted
at because she's, I don't know.
The pickup person?
She's one of the servers. There was like 3 or 4.
Yeah.
And then she was the one who was dragging her feet a little bit, I guess.
What? No.
What?
No.
Right. And so me and John are giggling, right? Have a little laugh about that.
What's funny about that? Hey, you never saw me in my serving job. I was a little freaking chihuahua
I bet you were
running
around.
all around there.
Whizzing.
I loved it. That high speed.
And then, get this. This adds an extra layer to this tail, this fish tail. Is like, Sabrina, pick up. And then, Rich,
stop.
Pick up.
Stop.
Really?
Both of us are.
Yes. And they're the only 2 that
John,
are getting. Yeah,
that would have been crazy.
I know if they'd have said that next, and they're the only 2 that were getting shouted at.
Was it really like pick up the pace, or was it like pick up order?
Pick up order.
Pick up.
Come and get your order.
Yeah, pick up order.
Yeah.
That's hilarious.
Hilarious. And I thought, well, there's a good reason for that. Those 2 are probably just chatting away over there at the back of the kitchen. Like, you 2.
These 2. What the hell? Pick up. Come on. That's hilarious. That's crazy.
So that was fun.
Can't escape me.
That was fun.
I mean, you guys were in South Carolina, like you said, and not your usual stomping grounds.
Not really.
I guess it is nice just to it's a weekend away.
Yeah.
Like you said. But it is nice to go to your places that you love, the St. Augustine of it all.
Oh, please.
But like,
yeah.
Because then it can almost feel like a chore, I find sometimes, when you're like, now I have to like find a place. And then if you don't like it, then it's like after like day 2, if you're not like loving it, you're like, why am I even here? Especially if weather is shit. You're like, feels like more effort than it's worth.
Yeah. I did get a little bit of that.
Yeah, you have to remember like, no.
Yeah.
Relax.
Right.
A break is a break.
Yeah.
But
you got to realize that, a lot of people would just love to just be, don't care.
Exactly.
But then you think there's a balance between, I found when I was doing a lot of traveling back in the day, that traveling makes you feel alive, right? I found that landing in a new spot, it was like you had to think.
Right.
You had to, brain had to be switched on.
Out of your norms and your habit, your routine.
And that was, for me, just the excitement of traveling was exploring new places. You didn't know what was going to happen. And I don't know whether it's because I was much younger then, but that was like the big thing for me for traveling. Like, I am alive. Now, a little bit older.
You know what you like.
Yeah. Take me back to my same places, please, and my comfort zone.
For sure. It's also like right now, it's like less time to do it. So it's like, if I'm going to do it, I want to make sure I'm doing it right, or don't want to waste this opportunity or whatever. And
I think some vacations are different. There's those that you do want to explore new places, and then those that you do just want your comfy pair of slippers on, and you want to go to your same places and the same beach because you know what to expect.
For sure.
Yeah. Where would you go if you had a choice? Anywhere. Yeah.
Well, I mean, I can't say anywhere. I mean, because I don't know. I haven't been to many places, and I don't want to go somewhere new right now, I don't think. Sounds exhausting. Like you said, the planning and not knowing what to do and like where to go. What do I like? What I don't like?
Yeah.
I'd probably just do the beach, to be honest.
But which one?
Probably do honestly, maybe just a Wilmington, my stomping grounds. I used to go all the time in the summer, and then go to like, there's like busy places there, but there's some little secret spots. Not secret, but like you go down the beach enough and you'll have like the whole beach to yourself.
Seriously?
Certain spots.
In Wilmington?
Yeah, certain like beach accesses, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah, we used to go and an everyday drive. I mean, it was like 20 minutes maybe, but worth it. Just all the way down the beach.
Sure.
And just be alone. Spend all day there.
Dang. You can't beat that, can you? When you found there is a little spot where no one else is on it.
And that's kind of, I like that kind of a beach vacation where like, I used to also love Myrtle Beach, Dirty Myrtle, but that's different. It's like, that's like going out, beach in the day, going out at night. And same with St. Augustine, even it's a good mix of like going out, hanging in, like good restaurants, beach time. Yeah. But sometimes I like to just wake up, drive to the beach, sit there all day, go back.
Yeah.
Just
it depends. Yeah.
I think that's what I need next is just like, don't talk to me. I'm sitting at the beach.
Yeah.
All day kind of vibe.
That's what I did because there was no shark's teeth to be found. So I just basically chilled.
Yeah.
So there wasn't too much beach time.
Yeah. Yeah.
It was very nice to remove myself from my typical place.
Yeah.
That I could even, on the beach chilling and stuff, but it was just therapy, therapeutic, just to reset.
Yeah.
So I'm ready to go. I've got big plans.
Wow.
Big plans.
Well, let's hear those big plans.
Can we get into those?
I mean, yeah, I got nothing.
What do you mean you got nothing?
I got nothing. I had been doing...
You've been doing stuff. I mean, by the sounds of it.
Just been going out, hanging out.
Yeah. You're in socializing mode, which is really good.
Yeah.
Yeah. Are you feeling drained, or are you just feeling like you're not overdoing it?
No, not overdoing it. I'm looking forward to being in tonight.
Yeah.
For sure.
Special guest coming.
Uh-huh.
Who is it?
She's finally been invited. My mom is coming over.
Guest.
Yeah, she's coming. That'll be fun. She's never been here.
I think she's going to love it. It's a great place.
Yeah. Well, all right. Pretty good catch up. Pretty good housekeeping, I think.
By the way, it's great to see you.
Oh.
Yeah.
Me?
Yeah.
Good to see you too, buddy.
Yeah.
Like usually when you're home alone, you're like, oh, human when I come in to work. Because you just like just tuck in and stay home and do your thing.
Yeah.
I've seen my humans, but no one's been here. I said to you, I was like, feels weird that someone else is in my house. And Gertie was like staring at you.
Yeah.
Like, what's this guy doing in here? I thought this was girls only.
You promised only girls.
Yeah, it's been a big girly vibe, that's the thing. It's been fun. Lots of girl time.
That's good, right?
Yeah. Since Aaron's been gone.
Yeah.
Which, I always have girl time, but usually it's like Aaron's there, the other boys are there, but we're stepping off at a little girly moment. But just like a active on purpose, just the girls going
girls
out.
Only, yeah.
Has been fun.
Yeah. How is that? I know girl hangs probably pretty cool, it's got to be different, really different.
Oh yeah. Like y'all are missing out.
I know. I mean, as a dude, I can't get in on the girl hangs.
Nope. When we got together yesterday, us girls, oh my God, I could have talked for hours and hours and hours longer. We were just getting into all the things, like everyone had something to bring to the table. Like, girl, listen to this.
Yeah.
Or like, can I bitch for a second? It's like, please. Right. And then we're like getting, and then putting our 2 cents and like, well, I think it's because of this and this. And then it's like permission to be vulnerable for a second. It's like, And then it's like permission everyone's granted. Spilling all this stuff and just things that you probably talk about with your partner, but they don't give you exactly what you want back.
Exactly.
Or talking about your partner.
Yeah.
Not in a bad way.
No.
Things that you can't tell anyone else. Right. Except the girls.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay, 2 things sprung to mind. Well, of course, for girls in a group like that, I'm sure it's like emotionally enriching for starters. Yeah. Which is you're not going to get that. It's just going to be different. With your partner or with your group of girls. And of course, the guys do not do that. Right. Once you get past the piss taking.
Yeah.
And the leg pulling, the jokes, the movie quotes, all those
that's why
things.
They're all dying to get home to us.
Yeah.
They need their freaking emotional enrichment.
Yeah. Yeah.
But I think there is benefits to the boy hang too, I think. They probably want a break from us, the emotional shit. Right?
I just want to keep it basic.
Yeah. And they're like, I don't want to have to think about anything. I don't want to have to whatever. So like, I just want to fuck around with the boys.
Sure.
So that's the other element where the girls is like, I need to connect with the girls.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like we're trading.
Yeah. Trading.
Yeah.
I get to do that for a bit. You get to do that for a bit.
Yeah.
And then I'll see you back. And we'll
just the
get
thing.
Back to
and then instead of coexisting, it's like, no, I just want to exist.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think definitely there's definitely room for that. And I think dudes should do that more. Dude hangs.
Yeah.
Unless my dudes are doing it without me, I don't know. They could be.
No, they're not at all. They're waiting, just waiting for you. They would never hang out without you.
Obviously, I'll do a dude hang and go, right, we're not going to do normal sports chat or anything like that. We're going to get a little bit deep. But it's like, don't invite him back again.
Yeah, right? What the heck?
What's he going on about?
Do you think it would have to be a planned, like, we're going to get into it, or randomly just bring it up, something in a conversation.
It would randomly come up.
Right.
Yeah. And like you said just then, it only takes one to feel a little bit fearful.
Yeah.
Like some people are getting vulnerable.
Yeah.
And then someone else could jump in and go, all right, I see where we're at. But then one just get a little bit agitated by it and then shut that shit down.
Yeah.
I think dudes, once they get in big groups or groups more than, I don't know, whatever number, it's more difficult to have those chats. Whereas a one-on-one, sure.
Mm-hmm.
You know, you could have a one-on-one vulnerable chat with any dude.
Yeah.
I think. Well, in reason.
And it's funny because then like the girls will get together and we're talking about our dudes and we're like, oh, they're just all a bunch of little babies.
Right,
Not babies, but I'm like,
yeah.
They're all doing the same shit. They're all saying the same sweet little things. And like, it's like, but just
notes.
to us. And so it's like they have it in them, but they're not sharing it to each other. It's like just to us.
Yeah.
Where they're little like little safe spaces of being able to be vulnerable.
Yeah.
And it's like, y'all all got it in you.
This is interesting. This kind of leads into where I want to go with our chat. Like the real meat and potatoes of today. I know we've gone around the houses.
He's done it.
Yes, got one in. But bring it like a bit more focus and stuff. So I came back from the trip with this new reset, new energy. You know, I didn't go away with bad energy. It's just now my energy is leveled up again.
Yeah,
I'm ready. So I thought it would be fun. I want to run this by you. I want your thoughts and ideas about this. And I'm not going to drag you in on this for you to participate also. I want to do this personally, but I would like your help.
Okay.
In kind of like the planning mode of the ins and outs, the nits and the grits of what I can do with it. So I really want to get outside my comfort zone.
Okay. Just in general?
In several domains all domains of my life.
Okay.
And what that looks like, well, I've added some initial thoughts. Is why? First of all, why? I'll ask myself the question: why, Rich? Why do you want to do this?
Why not?
And it's why not, right? Because I think you can get into a comfort zone, an area in your life, in different aspects of your life, where you're just not just trudging along, but you're not pushing yourself.
Yeah, just stagnant. Yeah.
And comfort's the killer of progress, and I want progress. Mm-hmm. I'm always looking for growth, progress, just to level up, keep growing. Yeah. Right? And I think that since we went over the bingo cards, January, whatever. Yeah. And I had all these ideas and shit written down, the things I wanted to get into. I haven't got into them. I haven't really checked off many. Right. And I feel this is going to be like a little, what would you call it? A jump start to this year. I've kind of let things slide. I want to jump start, but not just jump start. I want to do it intensely. Whoa. Yeah. And I want to do it over a short period of time. And I want to give myself challenges in each area. Okay. So I'm thinking, I don't know if this is achievable, but I feel that if by pushing myself outside my comfort zone, being uncomfortable almost to the point of, I don't know if I could do this, very much that actually, I'm going to unlock my potential more. And I want to unlock that to see what I am capable of, because then I think it's going to give me confidence, and there might be positive change in my life to take everything to the next level, which is where I want to be. Right. Yeah. So confidence is a big one that if you have, or if you don't have, it's like affects lots of parts of your life. Massive. It's crazy. We were just talking about this last night at Girly Night. Really? About someone, and we were like, they're just super insecure and like just not sure of themselves. And that's why they're always acting the way they are, lashing out and in that way, certain things like that, and attention seeking, and because they don't have that validation within themselves, so they're seeking it elsewhere from everyone else. Right. It's like it's got to come from within first. Yeah. And do you think by this person feeling more self-confidence and more assured in who they are, then they're going to give a better outward vibes. They're not going to lash out and blame other people.
Yeah, for sure.
Right. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, makes sense.
And like we were like, why don't they like us? And we were like, probably because we have the thing that they don't have, or that they want. Or they can't understand why we aren't begging for their attention. Because that's what they do. Oh, we were in it hard. Anyway, so what are these? What'd you call them?
Domains.
Areas.
Yes. Okay. So the ones that jump out, this is why I need a hand here.
Okay.
Is to identify first of all these domains areas that I do want to work on, and then I also would like some kind of ideas within each domain on what I could do. I'm thinking in order to get this real boost, I'm either thinking it's going to be a 7-day challenge, 10-day, or I could just use the rest of the month. And if it's 7-day or 10-day, I would be doing one per day. Now, that's quite an ask. To do one event, one thing that is really...
Do you think setting a time to it, I know we're different in that way.
Yeah, we are.
That will help you.
I do.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because for me, I don't think...
Yeah, too much pressure.
Yeah. Or just... Yeah. You would feel like, oh no, like I gotta... Yeah. More of a chore, like instead of like a goal. Yeah. I also don't have that big like end of goal, like, yes, I did the thing. Yeah. Feeling as much.
Get the chuffed.
So, okay. Well, let's hear what they are.
Well, don't get me wrong. It's not something I'm going to go, oh, I've got this goal. I'm looking forward to doing it.
Right.
I will wake up each day and go, oh, fuck, what is today's thing? And that's what I want it to be.
Right.
Like, I don't want it to be easy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But like one thing every day doesn't have to be like massive, but just something that's pushing you into that direction you want to go.
So I'm thinking if I make it like 7 challenges, 1 per day for a week, I don't think I'm going to be able to keep up with that.
That's
Let's
what I'm saying.
Real.
Yeah. You can't do something every day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then I thought, well, why not do 7 over a 10-day period? Because that gives me a few days of grace. Like today, I don't feel like doing this. Or I could just give myself 7 or 10 over the rest of the month, however many days we've got left.
Yeah.
And then there's less pressure on it.
Yeah.
But do I want the pressure?
I don't think so. I
don't know.
I don't know if you should put pressure on things like that. Those are kind of the things that I think should be more not authentic or...
Yeah.
Because you do have to push yourself.
You do.
To get anything done that you want done, really.
Yeah.
But I don't know. Is that making sense? Hard.
Kinda.
I don't know if
But don't you think the idea of the thing is to put pressure on yourself?
Yeah, to push. But it feels almost inauthentic to be like, well, all right. Or like, fuck, I got to do that thing today. I don't want to, but I already used my 3 days that I can't do something. And now I have to do it. Yeah. Because it doesn't feel like in the moment doing it. Like, for example, when you're bringing this stuff up, like, confidence and this and that. Yeah. Even just a small thing, I think, would be like you on your bingo card is do karaoke out. So like if we're just out one night and I'm like, Rich, karaoke.
Stars are
and
aligned.
instead of being usually like, no, maybe another time, which it will never be another time. You just keep deflecting, then be like, no, I'm just going to do it.
Right.
Like, in the moment.
Yes.
I think that is the true stuff that builds the confidence.
Love that.
Where you're not planning it out. You're just like, or I'm going to go up to that person and talk to them right now.
Yep.
I'm going to do that thing now. I think that is more.
Yeah. I love that idea. And I think that's definitely more genuine. And that is something then you could actually bake into the rest of your life, kind of thing. That could be something that then you build on, rather than I'm nailing myself down to a week or 10 days, and it's a chore. Yeah, I don't know. That's where I'm torn.
Yeah, because then I'm afraid once you get out of these 10 days, you're like, oh, I did that challenge. Now I don't have to actually continue doing these things.
Yeah. I want it to be sustainable.
Yeah.
Because I want to, at the end of it, my goal, I suppose, what's the end game, is to show myself that if you put yourself, growth always happens under a bit of stress. If you put yourself in these situations and do things you wouldn't normally do because it's just easy not to, lazy mode. And if I put myself in those situations, I show myself what I am capable of.
Yeah.
And then,
true, and then you have that.
Yeah.
That sticks around, hopefully.
And at the end of it, And if I find myself in another situation down the line, I'm like, well, I did that. I know I can do this. It just builds on the mindset.
Okay.
We'll get to that bit. We'll look at that. But the timeline and stuff. But let's have a look at the areas.
Yeah, I want to know what these are.
Yeah. So the ones obviously that jump out are going to be, for me, like things in like personal things.
Okay.
Professional things, business. And then and this is where I run this by you, where like a tea and toasties. Like, am I going to challenge myself more in that area? But that's not just, that's a discussion with you. And then also where, health and wellness, I think that's an easy one for me.
Yeah.
It's not, it depends what I get into.
Yeah.
Health and wellness. Then there's emotional to build on that. And this is an interesting one. And it wouldn't normally be thrown in there, but maybe political. A little wild card situation, political. So these are the little areas I've identified. Is there any others that you could think that might just...
no, they're kind of broad.
Very broad.
Yeah. So I think you've covered all the things. There's just things within those things.
So we need to drill down and find the challenges for those domains. Okay.
So the goal is out of comfort zone and confidence boosting.
Building.
Okay.
Let's pick one. Let's go, well, the easy one might be like professional first.
Womp womp.
And then personal.
I feel like you already have that.
What do you mean?
Like what are you trying to gain confidence-wise in your professional life? You already just built a business. Hello, like from nothing. You do the shit you need to do there. You send the emails, you do the calls, you do that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Like what were you thinking when you wrote that?
All right. What was I thinking? I was thinking, I do the things that have got us so far, right?
Okay.
What other things could I do? I like real outside. All right. Off the top of my head, go to a business meetup in Asheville.
Meh. Yeah.
What?
Yeah, no, I get it. That thought of that like made me feel sick.
Yeah, exactly. Don't worry, you don't have to come with me.
Yeah.
So go to a business meetup. Like you find them online, see what they want, and they might be like, just businesses talking about themselves, just sort of connecting and all that sort of thing.
I think almost that's personal though.
Tell me more.
Because maybe in my pessimistic brain, I don't know if that's doing much for professional life, business life. Because like you said, everyone's just there talking about themselves.
Yeah.
I don't know if you're going to get much out of that.
Business-wise, yeah.
If anything, you're going to get more personally because you're putting yourself out there, talking to people, networking, which is basically that's a social thing.
Yeah.
That you have to get over.
And that's well outside my comfort zone.
Yeah.
So that could be a twofer.
It could be a twofer, yeah.
It could be a good personal thing. And if I get any business connections out of it, a bonus.
Yeah, true.
Yeah.
Okay.
So that, business meetups. All right, reaching out. This strikes fear into me, right? Just the okay. The idea of cold calling.
Right.
Cold calling. Yeah. Just that.
Yeah.
When people, that's what they do for a living. They pick up the phone and they're like, hey, do you want to buy this? No, okay, bye.
Who would you call?
Oh, I don't know.
That then is the double dip of the political thing too, right? Because that's what you were kind of saying previously about maybe like doing some of that.
Doing some of that, yeah.
Actually like showing up, doing some things.
Yeah, doing some
outside
things.
of the comfort zone there.
I don't know. This is where I need your help to refine these.
Well, okay, because then you had said a little while ago about the professional, like doing things like more things, just like what else can I do? I feel like you already have that mindset a lot with work.
I do.
You're always like trying new stuff.
Yeah.
With
throwing all the spaghetti.
Yeah.
At the wall.
So for that one, I don't know much about that. I don't know what else to say about that.
What else could be done?
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay. But you never know. You never know what is out there until you put yourself out there.
Right.
You know what I mean?
It's true. Yeah.
It's like we're looking at it now, thinking, oh, we know.
We do our things.
Yeah. And that is kind of why I wanted to do this. It's like, I think we both learnt recently that by by taking in something that we previously thought was just old information or users' information and applying it to our business, we found out that, actually there might be something in that we were ignoring previously.
Yeah.
And it worked.
Yeah.
So again, I'm going to apply that to this. It's like, okay, don't, pour cold water on it and don't just, try it. You never know.
Yeah.
It could be, who knows what the possibility is. I'm not.
I'm sorry.
Go. It's too much.
No. It has nothing to do with what you're saying. I had to sneeze so bad.
Were you holding that in?
I was, yes and no. I couldn't sneeze. It wouldn't come out. So I tried to look over there and then it wasn't coming out either. And then I looked back at you and I was just like, I could feel my eyes start to water. And I was like, I was losing focus. And then I was like, Rich is probably like, what the fuck is she doing?
A sneeze stifle.
But anyways, yes.
Sneeze bends.
It's gone. I don't know. Maybe it'll come back eventually.
You know what sneeze bends are?
No.
Like knees bends.
I don't know that either.
Have you got to sneeze?
It's gone, I think.
That's gone.
I think for me, the most interesting area is personal, just because that's my personal favorite.
Well, sure. Yeah, because that's...
And that, I think, is the root. If you get that one down, that bleeds into all the others. I think if you're personally outside your comfort zone and personally more confident, you're probably going to be, because that's you.
Yeah. Work on yourself.
Yeah.
Work on yourself.
Then you're going to show up harder in business. You're going to show up harder here and here, all the other places.
You're onto it.
Yeah.
You're onto it.
So I think that should be
so
your
perhaps
main
the focus should be personal growth. And then I bring all of that more boosted confidence and whatnot into the other domains of my life.
And then I want to see that karaoke happen, just for a personal reason.
Yep, I do.
This will be fun. Because you like to do karaoke.
Yeah.
It's like, just do it out. Why not? That's my biggest for a lot of people. It's like, especially that is so, there's no risk. Like literally, just do it. Because no one, you have to think about it. I've been doing this a lot recently with like, if I'm scared to do something or nervous about something, unless it's like a big deal, just those little trivial things like that, karaoke.
Yeah.
I just like to think, okay, I'm afraid people are going to think I'm weird or something. And then I'm like, well, if you're the one that's thinking I'm weird, you're weird for thinking that.
Yeah, sure.
You know?
Getcha.
Like, it's embarrassing. People are going to be like, I can't say. And then like genuinely, if that person is going home that night and thinking about you still, that's fucking weird.
Yeah. They're not.
And they're not. And if they are, they're the weird ones. So then you can just... get rid of that.
That's in your head, Yeah, JB and I bottled it over the weekend. There was a bar and they had some karaoke. Terrible karaoke, like really bad. And that's the perfect karaoke to get involved in, right?
Yeah.
Because the bar is very low.
Yes.
And that is where we should have jumped in, but we bottled it.
We
didn't do it. We should have done, because that would have been perfect.
Yeah.
And we talked it out and we were like, hang on, it's been a while since we did that. We're going to be bad. That would have been perfect to...
Right, to just do it.
Do it.
Yeah. Moments like that, things like
that. Moments like that.
Yeah.
And that's what I'm trying to do here, is to, when there are moments like that, is to go, fuck it, of course, let's do this.
Yeah.
You know? And that's going to unlock a lot of extra, not just confidence, but other things.
But then it's like you need the confidence to do that in the first place, right?
Yes.
Oh my God.
But we've said that before, is
it all works together.
The confidence comes from taking the leap.
Yeah.
Because then what's the worst that could happen? And then you do the thing, and then the thing works out to be fine, and then you've got confidence from it.
Right.
So I like what you said there about working on personal things. And then though it's going to bleed into all areas of your life. That makes sense. That makes sense. Personally, also another one, I thought this. You've probably heard, I'm sure we've discussed this before, this idea of couples checking in with each other.
Yeah.
I would love to do that. So I don't know if it's feasible. I mean, it is, and that's the uncomfort part.
Yeah.
Is to just say at the end of a week.
Yeah, I've been saying this too. Like, I really want to do it. I think it's such a great idea. But I haven't either.
It's just the
feels weird.
But it's not. You're just making excuses. I know. I'm making excuses.
I know.
It's like if I said to Jonette, right, at the end of a week, let's sit down.
Yeah.
10 minutes, 15 minutes, and then just say to each other, all right, what was good? What was good about this week? What did you do or say that was positive for us this week?
Yeah.
And also the other side of that, flip side.
Yeah.
What niggled me a little bit about you this week was this, or I didn't love it so much when you said this or didn't do that. So it's both ways.
Yeah, because easier said than done to just call it out in the moment. But a lot of times it's you let it slide for whatever reason, or you just can't get into this right now. Yeah. Or it feels weird to make a mountain out of a molehill, seemingly.
Sure, let it go.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. But then it's like, or you don't realize it affects you until later when you're like, I'm fucking still thinking about that.
Yes, why am I still thinking about it?
And then it feels weird to like bring it up. Yeah. It's already passed. Yeah, so then to have that check-in.
And if you have a designated day, time, whatever for the check-in, it's like, all right, this is normal for us now to discuss the good things and the not so good things. I'm not going to call them bad things. They're just just the things to work on. The little nigglies.
The discussion bits.
Bits. Now, what I wondered about that is,
I wonder if it's my same wonder.
Huh?
I wonder if it's my same wonder.
Well, I don't know. Maybe. What's yours?
No, you go.
What I wondered was we would start it. Is it sustainable? Would we keep going with it? But I think only if you see benefits from it.
Right.
I think you're going to get more out of it, net positive than negative, I believe. Yeah. Because you're working on yourselves as a couple.
Yeah. Right? That's what I was going to say is like, does it then start to feel like a job? But then I was like, a relationship is work.
Right? Oh, if you're not working at it.
Exactly.
Yeah. Jesus.
But you'd have to have, like you said, those base questions or prompts almost instead of just sitting down like, well, all right. Because I mean, if you're in a good relationship, you're talking all the time throughout the day, every day.
Right.
Maybe there's things you've already touched on.
Yeah.
So then, but then I'm like, okay, would I find myself then saving things up for this chat?
True that.
Would I be finding myself not making stuff up, but like having something to bring to the table or like, writing them down, remembering them, because then that feels weird and not truly authentic. But then I like to think things would just come up.
Right.
Like if the question was asked, and if there is something, it's probably still on my brain. So then I'm going to bring it up.
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah. I think that's more of what it is.
I don't think I'm going to have like 2 columns in a notebook.
No. Yeah. I think it is smart. It is very smart. There's just things that get in the way. And then I think about it all the time. I can't imagine having a full on family. It's like, no wonder some marriages are so hard. You don't have time or energy to be doing that.
We say this all the time.
Can't imagine.
No.
Like,
we say this all the time. It's like, can you imagine us having to spin all the plates that parents do?
Even just like cooking dinner every day.
Yeah.
3 meals a day.
Yeah. Special dinners.
I can't do that for myself.
Yeah.
Let alone for a whole family.
Yeah.
And then, going to work, coming home to kids off the wall. Like, I know. Look, speaking of.
I know, here she is.
Can't even handle this one.
Hello.
Hello, chicken.
Mm-hmm. Oh, I was wondering this about the check-in. I mean, I'm gonna run this by JB. I think she'll be all over it. I think she'll love it.
Yeah.
I think.
Maybe I'll let y'all do it first. So let me know. Let me know how it goes.
Yeah. Right? I mean, that's what I think this is going to be interesting.
I think like there's also that stigma of like that almost sounds like therapy.
Yeah.
Whoa, why would I need that? We don't have a problem.
Yeah.
But I'm a big believer of getting ahead of it all.
You like the communication.
Get ahead of it.
Yeah.
Because then, it's so much easier to prevent the problem than to fix one, you know, especially with that kind of stuff.
Wise words.
Like I said, though, easier said than done. You know,
I know.
I've let shit fester and I'm like, what the fuck?
Yep. Yeah. And then before you know it, in relationships that span time and space, and, long relationships, you're kind of like, all right, well, this is working for us. We're good. And then you're like, well, you kind of got into your groove.
Yes.
And if you're not then checking in and talking about these things, it's like, yeah, but that's just what you do. And that's just what I do. Mm-hmm. It's just part of your identity. Right. And we've got used to it. But is that perfect for both in that relationship?
No, because then there's also, you assume, if you never get to the bottom of something, you might just be assuming someone is, that's just what you do. forever, and it's not.
Yeah. You're answering the question from your point of view, from your mind. And, that could be from a female perspective, and he's doing the same thing from a male perspective.
Any past experience.
And it's like, we're all completely off here.
Yeah. And then there's just which I see why this happens. You're with someone for so long, that whole, like, I want my partner to read my mind thing. Mm-hmm. People fall into that so easily because it seems like, why can't you? It's like, we've had all these experiences. You should know that in this situation, I'm probably going to be doing this, but it's just not true. So many different factors can go into why certain things are different and you're acting and reacting differently, or I see how that can happen. Mm-hmm. People almost expect it, Yeah. But
you get into, and that's why, you get into your roles within a relationship. You get into a role, not just in a relationship, but just your identity. And I think if you're not pushing that, then you're just defaulting to the responses. It's like rat pulls lever gets reward situation. Mm-hmm. But if you're questioning and being curious and looking into why, then you're understanding more. Yeah. And if you're understanding more, you have more compassion, understanding, and then eventually, there's more love that grows.
For sure.
Right?
It's gotta.
The
most evolving thing ever is like a relationship, because people are so evolving.
Yeah.
You gotta keep that.
There's that.
Yeah.
For JB and I coming on 20 years.
Yeah.
We're not the same people as when we first met, right?
No.
Right? So we're both individuals that are evolving over time.
Yeah.
And therefore we have to, as a couple, evolve, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I'm thinking of the check-in. I don't know. I haven't fully thought this thing out.
Yeah.
But that's just what I'm thinking. I'm also thinking, love language. Going back to that a little bit.
Right.
Sort of, if I'm going to really respond, obviously, if JB's, say, I loved it when you did this.
Right.
I loved it when you said that. I'm going to be like, Now, do you think like each love language has its direct opposite?
Yeah. Wait, what do you mean?
An unloved language.
Oh, yes. I think I've talked about this before.
Really?
There is a quiz. It's called not your hate language, but it's something like that.
So if my love language is like words of affirmation, once we get into okay, now here's a list, as long as my arm, of the things that you did this week or said this week that pissed me off, so to speak, I'm really going to trough on those, aren't I? I'm going to be in the trash.
No.
If my love language is words of affirmation, if the opposite of that is my unloved language, and then she's coming out with those things.
Oh, no, you have to do the thing like people always do, like the compliment sandwich. Yeah. Of like, okay. But no, I think as long as you hear some good stuff, I think that makes the bad stuff less bad.
Right.
I think. So from my brain.
But we're not perhaps going to come out with, here's a list of the bad shit that pissed me off. It's going to be like, I loved it when you did that.
And I think a lot of it's going to be like, like it's not going to be so one-sided of like, hang on, why did that piss you off? I don't think it's going to be like, yeah, I get it. You know what I mean? It's more of that.
Yeah.
Because I think anytime the person usually who's doing knows, or maybe they just haven't, just like you haven't addressed it, they haven't apologized, because it's still, it takes vulnerability to do both, you know?
Right.
I think it's going to be more of that.
Yes.
Just a open conversation.
Yeah.
The love language thing, though, is so interesting because yours is the words of affirmation, which this is ripe for that.
I know.
That's all it is.
Yeah.
And I love the communication of it all, too. But my love language is not words of affirmation. That's pretty low on my list. I don't.
You don't respond to that?
No, I'd rather action speak louder than words kind of thing for me. Obviously, everyone loves to hear the good stuff. But mine is physical touch because I'm very... I need like a little hug, a little
right,
a little hand on the leg, a little just
assurances.
Yeah, if someone's not doing that, I'm like, they're mad at me or like something's off. Even if we don't speak, so we've had a little tiff or something. no one's speaking, and there's like a little like a, I'm like, we're good.
Okay.
That's all I need.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
We don't even need to speak. I'm like, got it. Understood.
Okay. Right.
Sometimes for certain things.
Right. Interesting. I love how different people have got their different
I
ones.
know. And it's like, why?
Respond. Yeah, why? Where did it stem from? Right? It is interesting. I wonder if it stems from, it all goes back to, your parents.
Parents, yeah.
And then how you were, how they presented their love to you as you when you were a child. And whether that was then became your primary way to accept love.
Or is it the one that they didn't give you, so it's the one that you crave?
You're craving. Yeah, right.
Yeah, who knows? So many different things.
Can you remember then, back to being a child, and were like your mom and dad like, patting you on the head? Or,
I mean, it makes sense. Like, we're a hugging family, and my mom would, like, I put my head in her lap and she'd play with my hair.
It's amazing.
Do the things like that. So that makes sense for sure. But yeah.
That's one, right? Gratitude, is it?
I think, no. There's like physical touch, words of affirmation. Gifts. Quality time. That's my second one.
I think JD loves that one.
I forget the fifth one. I'm just going to look it up real quick.
Yeah, I was struggling. And don't you think it's also beneficial for, obviously, both couples to know each other's?
Duh, yeah.
I mean, because if you don't know what the other one really responds to, like, let me ask you this: gifts.
Yeah.
You give a shit about gifts.
See, I think everyone has a love for all of these. In
some,
exactly.
Yes.
There's just which one is the most important to you.
Yeah, most important.
Because I do have that. I also have the like gift giving one.
That gives me more pleasure than receiving the gift.
But it is so nice when someone gives you something, you feel seen.
That's true.
It's that seen feeling.
That's true. When they've put the thought into the thing.
If you just give me a fancy jewelry for no reason, I'm not like, I love you. It needs to be meaningful gifts.
Meaningful.
Yeah.
Like alphabet photos. Meaningful.
The fifth one that we forgot was acts of service.
Which are what?
Doing things for your partner.
For me.
Not going to. They're just doing it for you out of love for you.
Oh, right.
You don't have to ask kind of shit.
Right. Just like
helping with chores, running errands, or doing things that make the other person's life easier.
I
love that too. Or it's I went ahead and I did the dishes, or I took the trash out, or I made dinner for you when you get home, so you don't have to worry about it, kind of thing.
Yeah.
Very interesting.
Very. I thought we'd get into this chat, the love languages, at some point in one. I thought it'd be a whole episode. It turns out it might be.
Essentially, yeah. It is so intriguing. It's the thing that we love, why people are different and how and why. And
well, that's that. I mean,
good.
That's just that domain. So I'm going to try. All to say is that I'm going to try that.
The check-in.
Yes.
Yeah.
I think that's a goer.
I think for sure. Yeah. It's a really good one.
Yeah. And then hopping over to health and wellness. For me, this is easy.
Yeah.
I know I do this anyway. But what I want to do is push myself, because I've been 160 pounds forever.
Well,
I'm 5'11.5", right?
Yeah.
What I want to do is I want to bump it up.
Yeah.
I want to go to one. I first of all said to JB, I want to be 180. She said, you got no chance.
Damn.
Yeah. You got no chance of being 180. She said, if you're 180, you got to be eating all throughout the day or whatever. So I said, right, I'll try and get to 170.
Okay.
I'm going to go for 170, but an additional 10 of muscle. So that's my goal there. But to do that, I'm obviously going to have to work out a lot more than I do.
Going to be lifting those weights.
I got to do that.
Yeah.
Push it and see where that takes me.
Okay.
So that's a goal.
Okay. Are those just the main heavy hitters, the big hitters, the big 3 or 4? The personal, the health and wellness, professional.
And then there's this is the wild card, the political arena.
Right.
Yeah.
Arena. God, battlefield,
yes. And I don't know what that looks like. I would need definitely some
research
and some little, I don't know. Not advice, but just
you just want to get involved in
I
some
do.
way. It's at that point.
Yeah, really.
Where it's like,
really,
I can't think about it or just sit and think about it and talk about it anymore.
I can't be passive.
I gotta just do something.
Yeah. I mean, I've been bitching, and bitching within a circle of people. Also bitching. It's we're all bitching.
Yeah.
My comfort levels in this space. I've never done anything, so
yeah.
But I want to do something.
Yeah.
So I don't know what it is.
Okay. That's definitely doable and possible.
Yeah.
And then I think that would be very fulfilling. That feels like.
Yeah.
Especially, I mean, for anything that you have a big belief in or a big moral standing in, doing anything to fulfill that feels good.
And this would be that.
Go ahead.
No, you go.
I was going to say, this is very interesting. Is this new to you? Are you in a new page of life by thinking about these things? Doing the implementing in these different areas to grow as a whole? Or is this something that you think you kind of reflect on every so often? Or is it the first time in your life where you're like, you know what? I'm actually just going to go for it in all these areas. Or is it like a New Year's resolution style thing, the bingo card that you think about every year?
Yeah, no.
No? No. You're just doing it now.
That's a great question. And it's such a good, I think I said it before, the sign of a good question is when it stumps you.
Yeah.
Because you haven't thought about it.
Haven't thought about it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's really it's stopped me in my tracks because I hadn't thought about it.
Mm-hmm. I'm just wondering if you're in a new stage of life where you're thinking about this, or you've probably thought about it and put stuff off. But now you're like, no, I'm actually just going to go for it in all these areas.
Could be all those things.
Could be. I'm just,
yeah. Yeah. I'm wondering. Could be all those things. I don't think it's the New Year's resolutions. I think it's more trying to unlock my true potential.
Yeah. It's time in my life to finally just do it.
Yeah, the reflection on time probably could be a thing. A factor also is which probably happens every birthday. That could have been a trigger too.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah. Ooh. Before we maybe round this out, I was thinking one other thing popped to me was that I could incorporate into this, which would be, it's a nice thing, is random acts of kindness.
Yeah.
I've always wanted to do that.
Paying it forward.
Yeah. They could be, and not necessarily being recognised for them. Yeah. Just doing things like, somebody's parking meter is about to run out. I'll just pop a quarter in there, or that shopping buggy is about to hit that car. Ooh, stop. Little things, and it's like no one has to see these. It's just doing those things. Or being in a supermarket and someone is going to put a potato back because they can't afford that. And I'm like, hang on. Right. Let me get that for you. Yeah. Random acts of kindness. I don't know. It's just, I'd like to do more of those. Yeah. And I think those are little things. People can see those and they do pay those forward. For sure. They grow. It's something that people talk about all the time, but rarely do, especially now. But we need it more. Everyone's so in their own bubble, in their own algorithms and in their own worlds, me against the world kind of feeling people have. That's what I'm getting, that vibe, a selfishness that is inherently natural and not necessarily bad that everyone has, but it's gone to a level of extreme. Why would I do that? Or the bystander effect, that's really scary for me. Just doing nothing. Someone else will do it, not me. Yeah, there's lots of tests people have done of a bunch of people can just witness something horrible happening because everyone thinks someone else is going to stop it or whatever, and no one else does. Well, I think that's what's going on currently. Yeah. Yeah. And then that just trickles down to every little thing, like the shopping cart hitting the car thing. It's I don't care. Yeah. Everyone's so passive. That's what it is currently. That vibe of meh. It doesn't affect me. How does that benefit me? Exactly. Yeah. Zero-sum game. Yeah. It's like, I'm going to benefit, which means you're not. I've got to look after myself. It's dog eat dog. That's the sort of vibe it is right now. And I think, if we can't all do the big things, do what you can. Yeah. Right. And if we're doing those little random acts of kindness, I think those are sending out those minute little energy vibes of positivity and kindness that I think would have that ripple effect.
Like the hive mind.
Exactly.
Another title. Well, I think that's nice and rounded if you ask me.
Well.
All right, see ya.
Bye.
Bye.
I think we took the hind legs off a donkey.
Wow.
Today.
Yeehaw. Okay.
The brains were braining. Just slipped another one in there.
Wow.
Yep.
Well, okay. I think to round it out, we'll probably skip teapot.
Or is there any more badges in there?
Yeah, I got chufties in there.
All right. Oh, I might have to give one to your mum.
Oh.
When she popped around, because she
commented.
She did comment.
Of course she did.
She commented. She did a birthday comment, so she deserves a chufty badge.
That's right.
Yep.
Only one.
Yep.
So no teapot today.
No.
We touched on some new potential segments last week, but to call back to that, you wanted to check in on my tea leaves for the week.
Yes.
Yeah. So my leaves, my symbol was a key, question mark, and pickles.
Yeah. And funny that I was going to, just in case you hadn't had anything pickly all during the week, I was going to text you yesterday and say, what's the deal?
What? Oh my God.
Instead of what's up. Just in case, but
that would have been so funny. But you can't plant things. You can't plant things. It has to happen naturally,
all right? Tell me. So how did it pan out
pickles
this week? You did or didn't?
I did.
Excellent.
But that's not something new. But yeah, I had pickles. It was actually my last pack of pickles. So there you go. Maybe that's a little significance there.
Did you have any burgers with pickles?
No, I just had pickles out of the bag, like a little snack pack of pickles.
Did you get into a pickle?
Probably.
It's been a week, so likely, right?
Yeah. Well, yeah, I mean, I left my card at the bar.
There you go.
That was a pickle.
That was a pickle.
Because then I had to go get it, but then I didn't want to leave my house to go get it. And then I was going to get it on Monday, but then we didn't go into the office, so I had to go get it yesterday. Then, I guess that's my pickle.
Yeah.
And then what was the other one?
A key.
A key.
You were going to unlock a new something in your life. Did that happen?
I think just being home alone.
Sure.
I was very afraid of that my whole life.
Yeah.
And leading up to Aaron being gone, I had anxieties about it. But it's been fine. I think that's an unlock. Now I know I can do that in the future.
That's really unlocked.
Yeah.
So you've unlocked the confidence.
Yeah, the fear is that blind fear for no reason is kind of gone in that way.
Yeah. So you know you can do that again.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, and then question mark?
Oh, yeah, question mark.
So many questions. That's just ongoing in my life.
That's right.
Let me think.
Any big questions answered this week? I mean, what about the gals hang?
Yeah, probably.
Right, so many.
I mean, just like
so many
can't
things.
Divulge into those. But we definitely did come to some realizations yesterday.
Brilliant.
We were like,
brilliant.
Yeah.
Anything else pop into your head?
No, I don't think so.
All right. Well.
Is that it?
I think that might be that.
Okay. Pretty good little side mission today on the app. That was fun.
Yes.
But your little actions or goals, those areas, I'm interested to see what happens there.
How that develops. Me too. So I will need some help. I can't just sort of just talk about it and not do it.
Oh, no, you'll do it.
Yeah.
Don't catch me and you at a bar where there's karaoke. I'll make you get up there.
Okay.
Well, yeah. All right. Nothing special for the Instagram today. No tasks of commenting.
No, we don't want you. Actually, don't. We do
as
not.
As a matter of fact, do not.
Do not. Reverse psychology is happening. It's at work here. We've got you.
Yeah, but you can follow the Instagram at Tea and Toasties Pod. Listen to the pod anywhere you get your pod as you're doing. Review. I think we got another review on Spotify.
Get out of it.
Racking those up. Subscribe to the YouTube at Tea and Toasties. Shop the Etsy, 30% off your order.
What's that coupon code again?
Code TNT30. We haven't been doing ads. I'm sure you guys have noticed in the past few episodes. They've just been long-ins, and I did the mastering on the last episode because Aaron was gone, and I was like, I can't
squeeze an ad in.
Too much work. Okay, are we done? That was it. We're good there.
That's all I got.
Okay. Okay. Well, here it comes.
Let's see if we can sync.
We have been really out of it recently.
And we'll
go
again. Is it on? And we'll
talk at you next week. TTFN. Bye bye.
So you
nailed it.
Yeah,